Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Upscale Podcast where we speak all things steel pan. I'm your co-host, Kareem King, also known as TJ, and
John Henry.
No, Christopher.
and today we have our guest today, Zahra Lake.
All right.
So I gave half of the introduction. We'll be speaking to her. She's the very impactful arranger in Antigua. Very accomplished. And then she's the first female arranger for the adult panorama, the national panorama, and you would have also won the competition as well, right? So we're gonna have a lovely discussion. So we're gonna open it up with a lot of questions, very interesting. So, Jahan, Noel, first question.
Okay, so for me, Zara, boy, I tell you, Zara, when she arranged the first year, I think that was what 2018
17.
or 17. I think it's Jumbi.
Jumbi, yes.
Boy, Jumbi was amazing, right? And I was like, is this girl arranging bad? Like I always knew about her. I always knew about her. Back in the days when she used to play with Hell's Gate. But you know, her arrangement of Jumbi is really nice. So Zara, I have to ask you, like, what brought you into wanting to arrange? Like, you are, all of the professions out there. You could be anything else you want to be. why choose arranging and choose music?
Well, I chose music because I fell in music at the Chateau Music Academy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I went there when I was in first form. I started there at first form. And then from there I went to the Hell's Gate Steel Orchestra.
Mhm.
And just being around so many great arrangers like Antoinette, Concordis, Veron Henry. Yes, Veron. Veron was actually the Patmore Smith was the arranger when I went to Hell's Gate. Right. I never thought I was gonna get into arranging,
Mhm.
but I knew I wanted to become a musician.
Okay.
Right. I wasn't gonna say anything else. I knew for sure, music is my passion, and if you do what you love, it doesn't feel like work.
Right.
At least that's what they say.
That's true.
It's still work,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
at least you enjoy the process.
That's true.
But in terms of arranging, I just stumbled into it, to be honest. I never wanted to become an arranger. TJ would have been one of the few persons who would have encouraged me to become an arranger. You remember when you asked me to do Good Time?
Good time.
Yeah, this was back in
Ricardo Drew.
no, Tian Winter. This was back in 2015,
2015 boy.
beginning of the year. I think you were finishing up at NIU.
Okay.
Yeah, you were finishing up at NIU.
Mm.
And they asked me to do Good Time. So I said, okay, I'm going to do this arrangement. I'll just try, right?
Mhm.
And I was thinking about doing it for a school band.
Right.
So I did it. I did the entire arrangement in like 2 days and I sent it back to him. He did. I don't think he expected I was going to be finished that quickly. Right? Because I didn't have anything to do at the time. I was also doing my bachelor's in Texas and in music.
Right.
I still didn't think I was going to become a panorama arranger. I was doing like verse, chorus songs just for a gig, just for a play out. But when I did that and I realized that I could do something like that in 2 days, I said, nah, maybe I need to take this a little bit more seriously. Right. And that same year was the first time I arranged for a panorama. But it was not Good Time. It was for primary school, Willie Keys. I did Old Fire Stick. Yes. Looking back on that, I probably should have chosen a different.
She mentioned something that I asked her to do an arrangement, and I always tell people that one of the first person who ever make me understand music, and she showed me on Subdivision.
I can attest to that. You told me that the
We're
time
telling that
when we were learning.
I give you props, right? I give you props. I give you props and then secretly whenever I can, I make sure that how people know how you definitely, because I go through school, and I would have always mentioned this before. I was not a good student. I was a rebel. I was delinquent.
Yeah,
So-
give the test.
I was a rebel. I was delinquent. So that's why when they have students now, I try to make sure I give them the patience and just give them that support, because some you might not get it today, you might not get it next week, you might not get it next month. But guess what? You imagine you're in a whole different form.
Mhm.
From second form, you stress me now. Second form, third form, you stress me. Fourth form, you say, hey, I'm serious now. And they actually take it and go forward.
Mhm.
So I always get in that. But you see, yeah, you have to teach. So teach and learn from everybody else and support and whatnot.
You know, as I thinking here now, I realize I know that for a little while, you know.
A little while.
Because
When you
I remember
when you born.
I remember, I think it was back in 2015. Would have been the first time I heard you talking about arranging and stuff, and that would be in Haiti.
Oh, yes,
We went
yes,
in,
yes.
It was 2015, right?
I think we were working on the
For
25 side.
Yes,
Me
like
and Robert,
Marian
yes,
Girl.
me and Robert. So that was the year for me in terms of arranging.
Yes, I remember that. That was amazing when I first heard.
But the thing about it is, I don't know if well, persons you would have had an interview before as well and discussing certain things. But the background, she was always talented in music. As a player as well.
Yeah.
As a player as well. But not only that, is the level of discipline that she would have brought to the section, double second section all the way. You know what I mean? But don't hesitate. I've had the honor of playing alongside her now, listening to her music. So when I heard that she was arranging for artists this year, this is 2020. No, okay,
Last year.
2023. 2023 school panorama. I say message her, say, hey, I'm looking forward to it. It's been a while. I want to hear it. I'm waiting and eager to hear it. So that's the kind of support. That's how I am. Me, Jawan boy, yeah, more here no what going. Listen, that's the support that you bring and the positive energy that you just try. Push. What up? What that?
Say you want to hear.
So all in all, as I said, just seeing her move from the same plane, but you may have an arrangement of dancing on the stars, dancing on the moon, some Jupiter. It was Jupiter.
Jupiter. I know the song you're talking about.
Yeah,
Dancing in the moonlight.
something.
Dancing in the moonlight. That was a very long time ago.
So
That's probably like around 2009, 8 or something like that.
So she was arranging before, doesn't mean that she was.
First chorus. That's what I said.
But
First.
the thing that she pull out, and like a normal, you know what I mean, like a normal easy song, like a song like Telele and so she arranged. No, so as I said, so she was scoring on melody assistant and whatnot. So when I heard her, okay, when people are saying Zahra, arranger, I'm just happy that she's getting the recognition and the support and just the recognition as well that she deserves, because it's long time to get her work.
Yeah,
She's been working at it, developing a craft, and now it's showing. As you say about consistency as well, where we'll have conversations with Mr. Cardes as well. And within the conversation we were asking about consistency, but she has been consistent, not on the panorama arrangement only, but she was working before that. You know what I mean? Developing the skill until she got the opportunity, and then you would have had a chance. So yes, the first big competition for you would have been the school's panorama, primary school.
Primary school, yes.
And Old Fire Stick was how was that competition for you?
It was very nice, but the process was very challenging. So this is my first time working with kids 7 to 12 years old. Most of them 7 to 10 years old, right? And as you said, I have been working on this for a while, but usually I would keep more advanced players in mind when I'm writing. So when I did this, I had to do a lot of music on the spot. I had to change a lot of music just because it had to suit the ability of the players.
Yeah.
But I am forever grateful for that opportunity, because what I find is that it teaches you the patience, but it also teaches you how to write for different skill levels. And then you actually get to teach your players how to play the instrument. So my approach right now, it doesn't matter the level of player, but my approach for any arrangement that I do is when I get into the panyard, I am teaching you how to play. I will tell you to stick in. I will tell you if you need to move your body a little bit to the left, if you need to shift it to the right. If you're playing a bass instrument, I tell, okay, you need to step back. You're stepping back too late. So my approach is a little bit more holistic because of that. So I'm very appreciative for that.
I definitely believe in that. Trust me, because that's the same thing I do. Anytime I have a drilling job, hey, that's sticking there around. Let's change that. Oh, but I can play like I say.
Yeah.
Just try it. Just do it, cause just do it for me. And when they keep on doing it and they're doing it wrong, I'm like, okay, here I go. I'm here with you. You do it my way, because they're the reason why you're bringing me. Yeah, the reason why you're bringing me to help the situation. If you're doing it your way, why am I here? You understand? So I understand when I say the holistic approach because we not only have to teach, we don't only focus on just getting a good arrangement. You have as an arranger now, you may have like a drilling work that you yourself might need to do, or maybe the driller don't understand specifically what you want for that city for that part. You should be able to articulate and say, hey, no, I want this, and I know that you're very intricate. So with the arrangement, that's why I say, yo, I want to hear when you say, why prime up because after I was scoop and I'm competing by the way. I am competing. I mean, like I'm fine for that. Yo, people don't know that, but I am a big fan.
Yes,
Like,
he was messaging me long before the competition.
I tell you, yeah, I want to hear, this and that. You know, so all in all, as I say, we all have that at least a positive relationship. I think with the supporting everybody and whatnot. So, Java, you had anything for?
On that was pan always your instrument? Because
Okay.
I had teachers say,
Okay, funny story. No, stop that right now. So apparently I wasn't aware of this, but I was told. I guess I was too young to remember. My first instrument was the violin, but I didn't like it. So I stopped going to classes. Then I took up piano. I did piano by this lady. Her name was Miss Chambers. Yes, and then I went to Le Chateau for piano, not for pan. Went for piano and then stumbled into one of the classes. And then I dropped piano. And then I fell in love with pan. I think it was more of the group setting. I really like the group setting and you kind of build a community. And I preferred that over playing an instrument by myself.
Okay. Not, I not hitting any pan version, right? But you said that Zahra would have been the one to teach you rhythms. So
for me, let me just make sure I'm clear because I don't want to step on nobody's toes. Teachers, thank you very, very much. My teachers, I appreciate you guys for all the effort but I'm just saying the person who maybe understand it. Right? Yeah. Because I was delinquent. It's not your fault, teachers. I don't blame you. I was delinquent. I know. I accept my responsibility.
Disclaimer.
So you see, when you told me that, I don't know, I thought that maybe Zahra was studying percussion, had studied percussion.
But I did, I did.
Well, the thing about this is not only that Meta have a 2008 or 2007, she do that with me,
This is when I was in high school.
Yeah, high school.
Yeah. That's what I tell you. So I am about to take CXC.
Yeah.
And she showed me how to read the rhythm. Because I was so delinquent, and I passed CXC and whatnot because I had good friends who helped me out. Can't call it. Zahra helped me out with certain things that make me understand. Because when we go in the room, I'm like, oh, wait, this is what I'm talking about. Because like it depends on how you teach.
You're in the exam room.
No, because leading up to this, remember can tell me, hey, you're gonna need to learn the cards. I say, yo, when come here, choose. It was just 6. When come here, you have people that better than me. That when come here, I say, yo, just cool, man, just learn them. I say, yo, how am I gonna learn them? And he say, you're gonna need them for 6 anyhow now, so I bet you have to learn them now. And that's how I talk about 2 months before CX, Yeah, I was delinquent. I'm not blaming the teachers. Teachers, you guys were good. I was delinquent. Badness on my mind that time. So I don't run from it, but I make sure I give Jack the jacket and make sure I give the thanks and the appreciation. Wherever. So I was saying, no, sorry, instead of how you heard that I said. What?
Yeah, so I always thought that to percussion because, I go So like we'd be
percussion ensemble
practicing and so the pan people and then you have the percussion people. So I was like, I'm just reading rhythms, man. We had work to do. Till I go over there. I look at them and school.
It's a lot of work. A lot of time signature, meter changes and
Alright, 6 tablet, okay, tell them.
No, but not only that, like I think that we're gonna have to have an episode about percussionists, right? And then talk about scoring for percussion or what you want to hear, because some people don't score the percussion a lot of the times. But just to understand the different technicalities with it, because for instance, you might see 4 semiquavers, 4 16 notes, and you feel ba 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 ba, but then the accents on the second, but back. Yeah,
exactly.
The second and the
it's all about the accents.
And boy, trust me. When
percussionist,
I have so much respect for percussionists because especially you have your weight 60 something back playing triangle. Ting, and then pick up your marimba stick. And then you have to move to the timpani, you have to tune the timpani while and then
Exactly.
and then,
Yeah.
boy,
Let me tell you, right, I have a partner, Adrian. Yeah. The man, I think he had the snare piece to be able to do all kind of thing with the stick and so on. And then they have like you know what we have as the roll. I think they call it
tremolo.
The tremolo.
The tremolo, yeah.
The way
The
the
tremolo.
the three
And
slashes.
they have the flames also.
Flams.
Flams,
Flams drugs.
Yeah,
Flams
and
and drugs, yeah.
when the man showed me how you play, right, I read the rhythm now. Rhythm, as you say, back.
Yeah, you read it, yeah. And
But
you not
when
study
they
all
say
that, you not study all that.
It's
So-
all about the accents and ghost notes and so on.
Yeah.
right?
That adds the character to it as well. Rather than just
Exactly.
You would have different things inside. So they give the percussionists and then the respect, right? Percussionists in Antigua, we're gonna make sure that we step up and for this year.
We are all
right?
percussionists, by the way.
We need to make.
Yes.
Well, sorry, I mean the rhythm section. I am talking about the rhythm section. My bad right now. Rhythm section. We're gonna step up for 2024. We're making sure we're stepping up for 2024. That's the goal, right?
Yes.
Make sure our rhythm section and them know what they're doing and prepared to, because a lot of the times people walk into Panya and say, hey, me play iron. So me don't even practice. No. This year we cutting that out. Right? We're cutting that out. So we need to know what is happening. But we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back with our guest speaker.
Zahra Lake.
No, you're telling
Sorry.
Alright, so see you soon.
Yeah, so we're back and we're having the discussion with Zahra. Where were we, TJ?
Alright, so we would have been speaking about, well, the last thing it wasn't necessarily to do with the guest, but it was about the rhythm section, and this year we're going to be serious, so we're going to stick with that. 2024 rhythm section in the bands, we're going to make sure that we are, we're sounding legit, right? We touched on your beginning at the start as an arranger. What are my question now would have been, what are some of the goals that you have set as an arranger,
As an arranger.
and if you have actually met them already as well?
Oh no, I haven't met them as yet. I don't see myself just as an arranger. As I said before, I take a more holistic approach. So it's more like an educator slash arranger. Yeah, that is it. So what I see for myself is more so what I see for Antigua. Is to just continue with the development of Pan here. And what I've already started to do is to try to motivate, just like how you would have done for me, and we would have been doing for others, to motivate the younger ones to get into the steel pan art form, whether it's arranging, composing, performing, or just educating. And that is where I am right now. That's my biggest goal. And I think I've started to do that. There are a lot of young arrangers who I would have either taught in some way, whether formally or informally. And it's very amazing to see that out there, right? To see that you would have inspired and had this kind of impact on someone. So that is what I want to continue doing. Yeah.
It's good hearing you say that, because I remember on our previous interviews, we had an interview with Durant Jarvis, and I told him as well I liked the fact that he was empowering the younger arrangers to arrange, right? And one of the things that I've seen with you, I've seen it being a part of the Pan fraternity here in Antigua. I've seen young arrangers, I've heard them mention your name a lot, right? More so, especially at Utters, right? Through Utters Comprehensive, I've heard them say, hey, Zahra, tell me to do this, or Zahra, tell me to do that. I even know some of them that are at State College as well. Liberal Arts, I think it is.
Yeah, liberal arts.
Yeah, State College. They always say, hey, Zara, tell me to arrange yourself. Right, and like I don't have a choice.
I never give a choice. I never ever give
So
a
it's
choice.
like you are pushing them, you're pushing their limit, and that's something very important because young people you would not be able to, you don't know your limit until you have experienced it.
True.
Right,
Exactly.
and
Yes.
we are still at that age. You want to experience the limit. You want to know
Exactly.
what your limitations are, and if you are setting a ceiling for yourself at a young age, it's not a good thing. You have to try to always rise above the ceiling. And you have shown a lot of, even more so the females, right? That I think over the years when you're younger, you say, boy, construction is for man and driving bus is for man and these kind of things. But you have broken the glass ceiling, and over the years you have seen females breaking the glass ceiling. And also you have broken it in the pan fraternity because you have went toe to toe with top male arrangers in Antigua. Like toe to toe. You have won the panorama competition, right? And that speaks volume, right? And you are continuing to the mere fact that you're empowering persons to, as you say, you're educator. So you're not just holding the knowledge to yourself, but you're pushing it. And I'm sure Jawan and TJ can remember with our previous interviews, like with Can Carlos, their job is, one of the things they always reiterated that they're not going to be here forever. And so they have to try to teach the persons that are here so that there is succession.
Exactly.
Yeah, I believe in that. And right, as I was speaking here, I feel like I am now Jawan. Yes. Just they take anything. I'm like, yo, Zara, it's me. In terms of the same approach, giving them different avenues, and there's another one that we don't touch on. We would have had conversation before, intellectual property, as well as being one of the parts where you can actually make a living from. So our students are now being exposed to that. So in terms of the not only arranging for a competition and getting a payment, but a good recording can be placed online to bring in revenue.
Yeah.
Right? So that's your intellectual property because you already did it. Why not make money from the same arrangement that you did with Panorama throughout your life rather than just the one time and that's
Exactly.
it. So these are some of the things, and you have some of my students on them, by the way. I think you have plenty of them.
Yeah.
A couple of students.
I don't mind because you see, when we were younger, the state of Antigua in terms of steel pan musicians, we weren't given the same benefits that our young people are getting right now. I say that in terms of we didn't have those types of role models where they had masters or bachelors in music.
The academics then.
Right, the academics,
Yeah,
the education side.
it was experience mainly.
Right. And then if you're gonna learn to arrange, you're doing it in the panyard. No, you can do it in the classroom. And you can still do it in the panyard.
You can do it from the comforts of your bed.
And you can do it over Zoom.
You
can do it on YouTube.
When I say from the comfort of your bed, and then you can lay down and score now.
You can score right. You can score everything right now.
And have an idea of how it's gonna sound before you even touch the panyard.
Exactly.
So these are some of definitely they have some benefits with that. And a lot of the persons who were our role models were before not necessarily academically trained, but they were more experienced. You would tell me that somebody have 20 years of arranging for this band, 15 years of arranging with that band, or 30 with this, or they've played in Trinidad, Panorama, or they've traveled and whatnot. It's the experience part, but now we are trying now to bridge the gap academically. Where we're now telling people about our experiences because now we have a 15-year experience. We have the 15-year experience.
Don't say that too loud.
Of playing.
15 years. Don't say that too loud.
Of playing, we have the 15 years of playing now. But now we're trying to say, okay, experience is one thing, but why not have the best of both worlds? We're trying to give them the academic part of understanding how it can be beneficial to them. Can't have one chick in this world right now. The economy and
you have to do everything.
The modern world does not provide for that. I don't believe. So what you're saying and giving them different avenues, and one person, as you said, and sorry for violating, as you say, I don't see myself an arranger only. But like, okay, sorry.
I'm sorry.
The whole thing about now, because that's the same thing. I always say I don't consider myself an arranger. I prefer drilling, but it's an educator, so I can fit everything into it.
Right, exactly.
Because I even teach persons how to drill. I will literally ask my students and them during the same panorama. So, hey, how would you fix that? or what's the problem? Literally, me ask them, what's the problem?
He owes me a lesson, by
Yeah, of course. Like, how would you fix it so that they know? I even at the start of it, at the start of my band, the school band, I actually pinpoint, okay, hey, I want you to stick around me. I'm gonna show you logistics, and the other person responsible for instruments and whatnot. So we say, okay, the packing up. You telling them
created leaders.
Yeah.
always. So you see the people that you have. I'm hoping that they're doing what we're supposed to be doing.
Definitely.
Right? Kedjo and Rishan and big up my captain.
And I'm gonna light him up on camera.
Yeah,
Casual.
man. France.
Hey!
That's my boy. Hey, listen, Kedjo has to be Friday. But very, very talented human. Yeah, so you have some of my kids and them over there and all good news make it. So all good reviews. If for one thing, anytime I send somebody over there, like anytime somebody interact with Zahra, they have something, yeah, boy, Miss Lake, such, oh, boy, Zahra, this, Zahra, that, Zahra, bad can, I mean, they like say, boy, really, so me and a friend,
what they talking
a
about?
dog, yeah, remember me now, I want to say Zahra alone, I remember me, because we had a deal, they're supposed to
I mean, you learn from many people in your life now, so.
When they become successful, they don't care for me.
Yeah.
I only got cheap 10. I only got 10,000. I can't hurt you with the million and make off of music. Right? We're not making millions off of music, by the way. So just for the record. But yeah, so it's glad it's happy. I'm happy to see how you would have impacted them in a short time as well. That
Very
speaks
short time.
volumes, by the way. When you can have a group for 2 months and the 2 months all you hear is your name.
Yeah.
It says, okay, you're doing the work.
Yeah.
You understand? It says that you're doing the work and your work will speak for you as well because they're getting better at what they're doing. They're getting more organized, hopefully. From when it comes, boy,
The discipline
is
getting
important.
a lot.
And they're supposed to have manners and respect when they come to you. So I hope that's how they have.
They always do.
Okay, good.
If they don't, I'll come and tell you. I'll
Tell
send
me,
you a
please. No,
message.
tell me. Of course. Yeah, so you said the goals is to spread. What is the absolute next step for you? Because this is just the earliest goal that you have.
The earliest goal?
Yeah, closest.
Okay, no problem. Well, I'm finishing up a degree right now. The last one that I will ever do. Not
Really?
another one.
Finishing up.
Yeah, finishing up a degree.
Go on now.
Right.
This is done.
You thought I was finished?
Yeah.
No.
That's all I
Hey,
No song. We're gonna be using that as a song, right? You thought that we're finished. Okay. We're back. Upscale is back. We thought that we were finished, but yeah.
Right. So most of my coursework is complete. It's an education degree, organizational justice, equity, and inclusion. Yes.
Man, that's unloaded.
It's a bit loaded. It's a bit loaded, right? But my focus. This is Western Illinois University. My focus is steel pan education, right? And the impact that it has socially and economically, in the long run, right? So I have to start my dissertation. No, well, I started it late last year.
So how long until you finish with it?
The dissertation.
No, well, when you say finish it
next year.
Next year. How long is the program?
4 years.
4 years.
Well, minimum 4 years, because it's a doctorate program. It's 4
Okay,
years.
I say doctorate.
I think that's what you're trying to get out.
To be honest, in my defense, I never get official word about anything.
That's what you're trying to get.
Somebody mentioned something. I actually just whatever, because for instance, he may have a show coming up, or Black Panorama coming up, or something that Atas is planning, or
we have some
music.
plans. We have some plans.
Yeah, so that's why I was asking what the first goal I think maybe you might want to have. So that's what I asked. You know what she actually told us about this stuff. Congratulations to them. I know you're going to be successful at it, because if it's one thing from since Minoshi, she's always been determined and disciplined. And when you have determination and you have discipline, you can usually be successful. That is the right trajectory. Right? And not only that, she has always been open to she's never been a person, I know it all. I hear you.
I definitely.
You know the kind of people. So me just wait, you just whatever you can teach me. When you don't learn a degree. If I have to pay for it, I understand knowledge is power and knowledge costs money. If I have to pay for you just let me know.
We
Well,
can work out something.
Alright, good. Sound good. Yeah, so you have the degree coming up, so now that is another avenue for our kids to look forward to.
Definitely.
Because I actually thought after the master, so for those who don't know, we have a master's degree from the same
School, yes. Same
institution,
university.
Northern Illinois University, big up yourself. So we have that degree, and I actually was saying, I didn't even know that there was another option necessary to go up further because there was an option for ethnomusicology.
Mhm.
I did not want to, really. So I'm curious as to this avenue that you're taking. I would like to know more about it as well. So these are some of the things that you can now tell your students. Say, you don't have to stop at masters now. You can go and do your doctorate. And I know that the ethnomusicology existed before. As I said, I myself, one of my goals is to get music therapy, so we can start to treat some people in Antigua musically.
Hey,
So
say something, but this gonna be African.
okay, no problem.
But the thing about the degree, it's not a music degree. I just had to make
Specialize.
music specialized in music because that's my passion.
Mhm.
But one of the reasons that I did it is because it's a social degree, or social awareness, social welfare. And we have come from communities that are disadvantaged in certain areas. And my mother always said, education. Get your education. That will take you anywhere you want to get, right? And I think showing your students and so on that you can reach this level, it will help them to see that they can also achieve it.
Yeah, basically you being the role model, that you're being the image that they can look up to to be there. And it's easier because now you don't have to look up necessarily only a basketball player and a celebrity who you only see on TV. This person is in your classroom every day. This probably a person at school every day, weekdays, weekends sometimes. Just there for you to come and tell them, hey, it's like I'm thinking about getting into music. And I have students who always come and tell me that. Come and tell me, where can I go to study? I will give them the list of things. Okay, go to this, go to that, because this is the benefit of this, that are the benefit of that. And I think I would have had a conversation with John and all before you even go away. Try to do this, try to get that done. Yeah, almost everybody who was around me, when they were about to go and make whatever step, say, come and see me, please. Someone can try to advise you as best as I can. All the information that I have is yours, right? And again, as I always say, as Antiguans, Barbudans, I don't think we share enough knowledge, just genuine knowledge with people. Like something that I know, I can tell no, if you do this, if you go by CMC might have had this cheaper. Just that, just as simple as that. Just to make the person life a little easier, something, any kind of advice that I can do, I will give that. And I think that we need to focus on sharing more and whatnot. And you have been imparted knowledge to everybody, because not only at the school. As I said, you have my students now at what? State College. And that's right, you have another one for me. So Zahra swoop up all the students and them. Peace by people, fishy snake,
Oh, yes, head girl.
Deputy
Deputy head girl.
Gabby.
Yeah. Sorry, Gabby.
So I say, like, Zahra does the silently swoop up all my students and them. Really.
I super up Gavin students too from high school.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a couple of them at State College.
You're not discriminate.
No,
Not
no
discriminate.
discriminate. Everybody, feel the chance for everyone.
No problem. And like even with that as well, I would have had a conversation with somebody from the primaries, and I told them, "Hey, what? I mean, you on deal. Send them to PM. Me tell you straight up, send them to PM. What I will do, I will develop them. You can get somebody who has manners and respect with the discipline, and of course they will get better. And then you can take them back out. And not like I'm trying to fill out my band with only. No, send them. I'll develop them and send them back out. I'm not trying to hold on to them. Trust me. Fear is fear. I don't need every single body.
It's just about the development.
The development part, because that is the part that is missing. So I don't even, meaning about you, I don't make it a practice that anybody can come and train my band, arrange for my band, discipline my band, drill my band. Not anybody. The people that come around my band, as my students will know, are people who actually, in terms of timing, discipline, and
they align with your
they align with my standard. Right. Because if you're going to teach my kids and them something bad, I mean, I have to fix it.
Exactly. You're going to be left with it.
Exactly. So imagine you guys send them to Panorama, and when they come back, one of them want to smoke a cigarette in the car. or have one cup next to them with rum or something because they saw somebody doing that at the pan yard. I don't do that. So I send them I send them to places where I know that okay, discipline is there. They have guidance. Nobody is going to be interfering with them in any kind of negative way, as in give them, hey, you can drink and beer, man. Yeah, the whole lot, man. That's it. I try my best to make sure that my kids and them don't get exposed to that because I have to fix the problem. You're not sending someone to get a problem for me to come back and fix. That is counterproductive, and that's why I've been successful at that part.
That's one of my favorite
level.
words, by the way.
What that?
Counterproductive.
No. Yeah, I understand. So again, that boy, you would have been making waves. Also, you actually went into the competition. They were the competition. You were online.
I know what you're talking about during COVID.
Yes.
Panorama.
Yeah. So I know we're running all the time, but I don't know if you can just mention just about your experience with that, just quick.
Right, my experience with that. So I've never really felt comfortable as a soloist, so that was one of my avenues to try to feel comfortable, and it was in the comfort of your home and so on. A very nice experience because the way my brain works is, if something is urgent, I'm gonna be steadfast, focused on that one thing. So it helped with my practice etiquette.
Okay.
It helped with my practice etiquette. So I practiced for a couple hours, maybe 3 hours, just learning the melodies. The next day, practicing, learning the harmonies. Next day, trying to put them together and stuff like that. And then the 4th day, okay, let me try to improv on this. But then when they called on, was it Zoom? I started to be real fast. But it was a nice experience, very, very nice experience. And I wish they would bring it back. I wish they would bring it back because it's a good experience for soloists in Antigua to get that avenue. I don't think we get enough opportunities for that soloists. We have a lot of opportunities for ensembles and like block-aramas, panorama here, there, but we don't have the avenues for soloists.
But now only that is not only covered, is not usually covered that to that extent by the media houses.
Exactly.
So it's not like panoramas. They would have been present they would have been watching from Trinidad, Barbados, St. Lucia, that all around the world, England and whatnot, internationally.
It was international.
Whereas our black-aramas a lot of the times would be locally, just locally covered. It's only in and not covered by the national media houses usually. But it would be like a one person with come and take a
different
camera,
type of pressure.
and then you know what I mean. So I think that's a nice one as well. Something that we could probably look forward to as well would have been Periscope. I don't know if you know about Periscope.
What's that? Sorry.
So Periscope was something that I use at NIU. Somebody mentioned it to me. It's a live broadcasting thing. So basically, you put on your camera book and people can just tune in to watch you.
Okay,
So you kind of help with the stage fright. I had to do that for my recital. I haven't been doing it much, so that's why I'm probably still a stage fright. No.
Right, yes,
So I need to go back to Periscope. So it's Periscope. Periscope. It was a nice app because people would be there trying to comment and so on, say, hey, that sounds nice because I'm just playing a random song that to you because they're not people alone. And only people can tune in, so people can follow you, I think, and whatnot. But I haven't been on it for a while.
That's very nice. Probably introduce some
internationally. Just playing in front of people, and the people don't know you, so you can't. The pressure is not that much. It's just, hey, come. I'm at practice right now. Come on, hear me practice. That's all. So that's something that we can put in as well. So we're gonna wrap up. Any final words? Final questions?
Final words for me will be Zahra wants to continue pushing on taking the pan fraternity, pan in Antigua, just general the art form to the other level, right? And encouraging the young ones because we have a lot of young people out there, right? And as I keep on saying, I'm happy that I love to see young people doing positivity, right? When we see them taking a step in the art form, because for me, the art form really it keeps you out of trouble, and it really wants you. It keeps you to stay focused. Right? It teaches you discipline, right? And it helps with your memory as well. Because for me, it helped me a lot with my memory.
Yes.
Right? Because the amount of songs I have in my head, I can just go in a gig and just let go songs. And you wonder where the songs coming from.
Back to back.
See what he's saying there, but you right now, you can't name 20 just off the top of your head. When the song starts playing,
So I wanted to continue pushing and continue doing it. And it's a pleasure meeting you. I mean, I met you back in 20. I met you in 2018. Really started talking to
18,
you.
no?
Yeah, really started to talk to you in 2018.
Oh, knew of you before that.
Yeah, I knew of you before
Oh,
that.
before that,
Definitely. But in terms of interaction between me, I was like 2018. But ever since then, it's always been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And
Positive
I
energy.
just wanted
Don't
to
make me
continue.
cry.
Yes, so I concur with what Noah said, and I'm just happy that I got to meet you. Because you over the years, when we were a little bit closer, meaning we were in the
Same band,
Yeah.
same space, right?
you would have taught me different stuff and when it comes to playing and stuff. And something we didn't talk about is the band that you
Next episode.
next year.
Right. I know what you're gonna say.
Yes,
I know what you're gonna say.
I don't want to make it sound longer, but
Right.
Oh, yeah.
yes, I
So
appreciate
that can be a whole episode.
appreciate what you're doing with the art form and
Continue push.
continue to do it.
Continue.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna do too much. Just know that I appreciate it. And if it's one thing, is genuine with me, with us. Genuine. You can tell when people genuine. You can tell when it's positive energy, and I'm hoping that you can feel that from the audience can actually feel that. It's just genuine support for everybody, and it's like, yo, boy, yeah, boys out here, boys out back here, that kind of camaraderie. So I just wanted to end up by saying, thank you very, very much for having us, and us. We always, again, as mentioned before in previous episodes, give Jack the jacket and you give them the flower when they're up, and can take it in their hand, right? So thank you very, very much for the work that you're doing, and continue to hold my students and then and the rest students as well. Now continue to make sure that they're good and they're great musicians at the end of the day. Whenever I get them back, yeah, we'll count my blessings in time. So thank you very, very much again for tuning in.
Please make sure you
Like and subscribe.
subscribe,
Follow.
and share this
Mhm.
video.
Yes, and
And
follow.
on that note,
Oh, don't do me that.
on that note,
You know I can't
But
say.
wait. You like and subscribe Zahra as well.
Oh yes,
Yes.
the social media handles.
yes.
Zahra M Lake. Instagram.
Zahra.
MLAKE.
Alright.
That's-
About that on Instagram?
Yeah, that's Instagram.
Okay,
And
what about
Facebook Zahra Mawusi Lake.
Mawusi is MAWUSI.
Yes.
Right? So the same Zahra, ZAHRA, and the Mawusi Lake for the Facebook. Well, it's
MAWUSI. Zahra Lake.
Zahra Lake. Same Zahra Lake.
Just type it in on Google, everything comes up.
Just look for the laps and everything. Right?
You might see the perm here too.
Yeah, so they're old school boy. We're having a conversation here about something that happened 15 years ago. I know you realize somebody mentioned 2008. So just say it. So thank you very, very much for tuning in once again. It was a long but fulfilling episode. So
You're not getting in the way. I realize you're trying
No,
to trying to wrap up.
Thank you.
Thank
We'll be back next time. I'm gonna be standing up.
Okay, you start.
Me.
No. Oh. Yo, so, thank you very much for having us. Thank you very much for having us. So we'll see you again on the next episode on the Upscale Podcast.